You are breaking the law, but it's not a criminal act. No, you're not breaking the law.
A misdemeanor is not breaking the law.
No.
If you're speeding,
That's not a criminal act. Well, no, if you're speeding is a misdemeanor.
it's a misdemeanor.
Right.
So it's still breaking the law.
Okay. Well, if you want to qualify that, we're doing semantics. But what I'm saying, but what I'm trying to tell you is everything is not the same. It's all not one thing.
But is it the law?
What is it? The law that what?
Is it a law to come over legally? Is there a law?
There are rules, processes that you should follow. Yes, you're breaking rules. You're breaking the rules, but you're not necessarily breaking a law.
So what happens?
How would he release this?
Then you suffer the consequences. But the consequences should not. Look, no one is saying no one should suffer the consequences. You guys are getting things mixed up.
No, sir, they are not.
He's a fucking idiot. Why would you post this clip? You just exposed how stupid you are and how your argument is. Just from this to the church people, the lady that set up the church event is a fool.
Oh, man.
She's terrible.
Oh, man.
Trying to say, oh, this was a public gathering. You guys knew exactly what it was when you went in there, when you got in there and started tripping. You knew that was wrong.
Hey,
you're
bro.
just trying to justify it because you're an idiot.
And you're a
this
reverend?
guy is an even bigger idiot. She just cooked him.
Bro.
With his own argument. She said, so if it's not against the law, why get charged? He said, well, at different levels of crime. So crime. Then he's like, well, I shouldn't say crime, but it is. You did break the law. She said, break the law. He's like, he couldn't even justify his own argument because he's so stupid.
Don Lemon was on CNN for 17 years.
And
He
Don
was
Lemon
there
is
for the
now.
old
Don
groups.
Lemon is also the same one who replied to Nicki Minaj saying that she should be deported.
17.
So illegal immigrants shouldn't be deported, but Nicki Minaj should be deported.
For a difference in opinion.
How is CNN? We know CNN is not credible, but how could they ever be credible when you hired someone like this for 17 years?
Bro, and remember the video we just played the other day of CNN doing a literal documentary on ICE, and they was, glorifying it like it was a regular cool thing in 2005. He was there during that time. He was not singing this tune during that time. They are being controlled. They are being told what to do and what to care about.
And there's a certain degree of entitlement. I think people who are, in the religious groups like that, it's not the type of Christianity that I practice, but I think that they're entitled, and that entitlement comes from a supremacy, a white supremacy. And they think that this country was built for them, that it is a Christian country, when actually we left England because we wanted religious freedom. It's religious freedom, but only if you're a Christian and only if you're a white male, pretty much. And so, yeah, I absolutely 100%, but it's an intimidation tactic. And, I said, I don't understand how I've become the face of it when I was a journalist. I do understand that I'm the biggest name there. And I'm also, as I was on with my producers this morning, you and Kylie talk all the time. My producers were saying, I said, how did I become the face of this? And my producer said, Don, you're a gay black man in America. And there's a certain...
Oh my God, no, it's because you're Don Lemon, bud. And you said we, buddy. Nobody know where your black gay ass came from. I'm talking about we. You ain't had nothing to do with...
He's acting like he didn't promote it and
we
make
came
it like
from
mainstream.
England. Nigga, not one of our ancestors came from England. I mean, we don't know. We might be a little, Brock maybe a little bit, but
It's always mixed.
I mean, yeah, I could be too. I technically don't know. I could have a Sunny Hostin moment and I'd be 25% white. Who knows, guys? But I mean, this is what the left is saying about this situation. Once again, CNN. I mean, they just aren't credible, guys. They're not.
The activists on the street right now, they feel a kind of helplessness, right? That's how you end up bullying your way into a church. And you've been in that chair. You've been the person who was the activist and felt like lawmakers weren't doing enough. Do you understand their frustration?
This Indian-born woman, she should not be in government. I would never stop saying that. I would even go as far as say the children of immigrants shouldn't be in government. I would never support that.
So she said...
Man, the immigrants should only be allowed to be guests. You should only be allowed to work and live. That's it. No government, no position of power, no nothing.
Yeah,
bro,
that's not gonna happen.
But
man, she said she understood their frustration.
She understood the people who broke into a church.
Man, what is she again? She a congresswoman?
Yeah, California.
Suck. Oh well, yeah. Hey,
Shouldn't be surprised.
man, the only man on CNN with some sense.
Mr. Jennings.
Yeah, I've been thinking about a couple of things. One, last summer, if I were sitting in a church right now in Minneapolis and a bunch of people burst in, I'd be on edge because last summer a shooter showed up at a Catholic church in Minneapolis and shot a bunch of kids. 2 died. I think 30 people were injured, 26 were kids. And so the terror in that church, I think, is probably warranted, if for no other reason than we've seen radical violence at a church in the not too distant past. We've also seen, I think, attempts to create violence and mayhem and fear in churches around the country, synagogues and other places. And so I feel like the radical left is somewhat emboldened right now to go up to and now into places of worship. It sounds like the FACE Act is what they're going to use. I've also heard today from some sources that the Ku Klux Klan Act of 1871, they may look at that for bringing charges to Don Lemon and these radical leftists that went into this church. I think if they don't do something to these people who did this, you're going to see it proliferate in churches across the country, and that will be
That's a fact.
Big problem.
That is a fact.
Yeah, they need to be charged. For
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, 'cause you can't just do that, man.
You can't do that.
I mean,
this is America. There's freedom of religion, whether you agree or disagree, and that counts for Christianity too. It doesn't just have to be Muslims or anything else. Christianity too.
that was a great point, because if people ran in on the church where I was at like that, man, and I had my piece on me, I would have been a little afraid. Like, I'm gonna be real. The guy with the F Trump beanie, oh man, they lucky they didn't get shot, honestly.
If you enjoy my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to create clips like these fast, try Opus Clips. It's smart, simple, and built for creators.